Hola. In 1984, I was an honorably discharged Marine with no criminal record. They were holding Olympics right behind us back then. I was the first person in the United States to be freed from death row and prison and a double life sentence for a crime I didn't commit by DNA testing. I spent a total of 8 years, 10 months, and 19 days in prison for something I didn't do. This was all based on a eyewitness testimony of 5 people. 5 people positively said it was me. They said this guy was 6'5", the person they saw, 6'5", curly blonde hair, bushy mustache, tan skin, and skinny. I certainly wasn't this robust, but my hair was as red as a fire plug back there. Them shirts, that guy got a shirt on, it looked like my hair. It turned out that after all this time, in 1984, they didn't have DNA. They didn't have any of that stuff. And I didn't know what to do because I was accused of one of the most brutal crimes in America, the killing of a child. I never knew Dawn Hamilton, but I knew one thing that I had to find out. Who killed her and how was I going to catch him? This is all I thought about. I'm a United States Marine. I'm going to find out who did this by God's grace. I sat in the prison cell and read every book I could on DNA and trying to find out who did this. And a police report came in 8 days before I was arrested about a man who was let go 2 weeks from another trying to accost 2 other little girls a year before. And they never went back to check. I wound up going to this place, and let me tell you, the Maryland Penitentiary, this is where it happened, in Maryland on the East Coast. And everybody was searching for this guy. I became the most hated man in Maryland and in the nation back in those days. It took 8 months to send me to death row. And the only thing my lawyer said was good luck. But you know, somebody else was watching too. And that was Jesus Christ. My mother sent me the Bible in prison that I have to this day. And I sat there and just asked God. I remember a passage when Cain slayed Abel. And it said, Abel's blood is crying out from the ground. What have you done? And I kept thinking about it because I wanted to catch this guy. So I prayed out. I reached up and closed my eyes and I said, Dawn Hamilton's blood is crying from the ground. Who is this person? I took DNA, I took a DNA test, and I got out in 1993. I became, like I said, the first person to be freed by DNA testing from death row. But there's one thing that bothered me so much. I had to find the truth about this case. 10 years later now, I'm sitting in my office and the phone rings, and it's the prosecutor, the woman that called me a monster in court. Now, I have something sad to say also. My mother died 5 months before I got out. She's the reason I could read. But she used to say, right is light. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, and I stand for life. The prosecutor said we have an update on the real killer in the case. And he's not 6'5". He's 5'6" and 160 pounds. And he slept in the same prison with me for 5 years. But I knew God was a good God and a just God. I sat there and I walked out of there a free man by God's grace. I became a Catholic in prison. My time is up, but I love you all so much. The death penalty has to go in this world. From birth to natural death. God bless you all, and God bless America.